There have been so many people attacking Teslas out of their hatred for Elon Musk.
Dude.
Man, like I got a Tesla and I got Sentry mode and I keep it on just for that. But there is someone who is trying to combat the Elon Musk hate. Let's hear him out.
Think of this anti-Elon Musk, anti-Tesla protest happening right here in Ottawa right now. What do you think of that?
One, I think it's ridiculous that's happening here in Ottawa, Canada, so far away from what Elon Musk is doing in America. Secondly, what has Elon Musk done to really ruin anybody's well-being or lives to warrant something like this? All he's been doing is he's been creating great companies that represent good values. He's trying to hopefully improve the environment with electric cars, although I mean, we can debate about whether or not the batteries are good for things like that. He just saved a bunch of astronauts from being stuck at the space station. Yes, that's his company that did that. But what's he doing for the American government? He's cutting waste and fraud. He's auditing them. Is that why we're mad at him?
And you know what? That's interesting because I had a conversation with some of these people earlier, asking them why do they hate Elon. First of all, they're going to throw that he did a Nazi salute. What do you think about that Nazi salute? Apparently,
I think that is clearly a person who is socially awkward, saying his heart goes out to you, and it looked like a Nazi salute. He didn't think that.
Like, y'all really think Elon a Nazi? Just put yes or no in the chat. Just curious.
Bro, why would he publicly do a Nazi salute if he was a Nazi?
Doesn't make any sense. So, and they also told me, so I asked them, what has Elon done wrong? And the one answer they gave me is that Dodge. What do you think about Dodge?
No, I mean, so honestly, all Dodge has done is show waste and fraud. Like, a lot of it's ridiculous waste, and we don't even know how much of that is people recycling money back in to their own pockets and making it actual fraud and washing.
Well, that's interesting because I brought that up to them, and about specifically the backroom deals and the kickbacks to left-wing groups. Because at these protests, even in the United States, look at them. It's a coordinated thing. It's in every city in the U.S. today.
I checked the website
and then there's the 50-50-01 or whatever, the big anti-Trump protests today. And if you look at all of these protests in all of these places, there's not one manufactured sign. It's all these cardboard cutout signs and homemade arts and crafts signs. You're not seeing those pre-made signs anymore. Is that a coincidence now that USAID is not funded?
Look, man, I don't think Elon is a Nazi. I don't think that at all. Did it look like a Nazi salute? Yes, it did. I'm not gonna look. What it looked like and what's truly in his heart is way different. And I think someone said that, like, it's not the salute or whatever. It was something like that Hitler killed like 20 million people. I just can't see Elon supporting it.
Like, what's going on there?
Well, I mean, that is an interesting way to look at it, for sure. But I mean, I feel
they're
like
yelling Nazi truck alert as there is a cyber truck coming down. Yes. So we'll get that in a second. But man, what are you thinking about that USAID?
I think that was the one that was parked around back. Oh yeah, USAID was clearly one of the most fraudulent and wasteful companies in America. But I just, no matter what, I don't understand how Democrats or liberals in general are still looking at and seeing all of this and still think that they're on the right side of history.
I think the craziest thing are the people who are protesting Elon Musk in other countries. That is ridiculous. But, you know, everyone has their right to protest, I suppose.
I think it's an issue also with losing power. There's a dynamic there, and they're really influenced by what talking heads on TV say. Like, they take it to heart. They believe it almost full-heartedly. They don't question anything they're told. So when they hear this, they get really worked up and emotional. I
No one does. Look at Austin St. John. I saw it on the news, so it must be true.
really think that's the source of a lot of this. It's the stuff that's going on social media, the stuff especially on the TV news broadcast. Oh, Elon Musk is doing this, he's doing this, he's taking, lunch away from school children, and they hear that and they get upset. I think that's part of it. What do you think?
And well, honestly, I think like as far as the most recent cut, which I don't know if it was Doge that did it, but it had to do with the education system, the Department of Education. That is one of the things that maybe it would be a lot easier for people to argue, oh no, that's definitely very bad. We're taking money away from these schools. But when you really dig into it, what's that money ever done for the schools? The kids are coming out stupider and stupider and stupider every year.
Here comes the Tesla Cybertruck. Let's see.
Holy shit.
Let him cook.
Yeah, I really don't want my daughter going to public school, but it is out. It is out. How do you guys feel about the states taking over education? Could that be good or bad? I think it could be good for probably, I don't know. I hate to get political. Maybe states like Texas, it'll probably be good for, right? Start teaching them conservative values. California, I don't know. Man. I really want my daughter in private school, and I'm hopeful that one day she will be in a private school. I'm hopeful.
How the crowd reacts.
Woo! Go Tesla!
Crowd not pleased by that Cybertruck coming through here. Sorry about that, man. Yeah, so what has the Department of Education done? You look at, in Chicago, for example, I think there was a report a couple of days ago, dozens of schools where nobody can read at grade level.
Yeah, I think there was some, it's like 2 people suing the school district for graduating them and they can't read. Like, what? Because what happens is the schools are graded on their graduation rate, believe it or not. So if they start failing students who can't read, it will hurt their graduation rate, which will hurt their rating.
Yeah. So I was hearing all about the fact that there are dozens of schools where these kids can barely read. And who knows, some of that might have to do.
Look, I didn't watch this, guys. I probably watched the first minute.
With some of the year of no school because of COVID. It could have to do with a lot of things, but just overall, schools are bringing people, the education system is coming down a little bit, and to some extent it might be intentional, because how intelligent do they need us to be now when humans aren't even going to be doing most of the thinking going forward? The AI is going to be doing it, and that's the reality of it. Only our most brilliant are going to be needed. Anybody with an average brain isn't going to be needed to be doing any kind of thinking, and it's a lot better when you're not thinking, you're just following the message.
Man, so you think this is kind of leading to dystopia almost?
I told someone I was working with, like, if you ever saw the movie Idiocracy, I said we're probably 10 years, maybe 20 years max away from being Idiocracy becoming true.
It's kind of
this kind of thinking, definitely, if we push back against it and we let the pendulum swing back.
It's an interesting hat this guy's got here.
But no matter what, AI is going to be a problem.
Who's better, communists or Trump? Well, this is, yeah, man, you meet all kinds here. The communist is on his way to the bank, I guess. Can you write this stuff? You can't write this stuff. You cannot write this stuff. All right. Exactly. You just went to the bank. Oh.
Ninja going to the bank and they're calling him a con. What the hell? You getting scrutinized for going to the bank? Actually, I don't go to the bank anymore. Everything is digital. I probably haven't been in a bank in. Oh yeah, I have been in a bank. Set up a business account. Probably within the last year.
All right. So if you could say something to these people, what would your message to them be? Like, if you could really get something through to them, what would you communicate?
I really want them to do more research than the surface level, because I really don't understand how people could be against Elon Musk without doing proper research. And if they're only taking all of their ideas from one source, one side of the aisle, like, I'm willing to absorb information from both sides. The other thing is, a lot of conservative figures nowadays, they're not even truly conservative. They're libertarians that flipped over. They're liberals that flipped over. Because the liberal side is nuts. It's insane. They're losing their mind, and that's why they're losing people.
Yeah, man, like Joe Rogan.
What's the last
like Elon.
Camry's covering his hero. I think a lot of people just hate Elon for endorsing Trump. Really. They hate Elon for endorsing Trump. And you want to talk about how fake politicians are? There were politicians pre-Trump that were pushing electric cars. And some of them went out and bought electric cars and said, hey, we need to stop global warming. We need to drive electric cars. Remember Biden talking about like, hey, California will be 100% electric cars in like 10 years or something, even though they don't have the infrastructure to do it. There is a politician out there who used to preach about how good electric cars were for the environment. And then once Trump got elected, he sold his Tesla and bought one of the biggest gas guzzling trucks out there. And doesn't that like give you pause for if these politicians are really living what they say, or are they just going where the wind blows out of convenience? I don't know. Let's finish this up though.
What's the last conservative you heard of that flipped liberal?
Yeah,
it doesn't happen.
It's rare. So are you here today to see this?
Yes.
All right, man.
I wanted to see when I saw the poster.
The poster's ridiculous. The Tiananmen Square stuff, man.
Yeah,
like that's insulting.
I don't know. I don't know that I saw anything crazy like that. I just saw that.
Well, it's the poster that I saw.
City, and I said, hey, I want to see what these people look like. And luckily, they're all gray. So that's a good sign because it means that the young people are smart enough to not be caught up in this garbage.
That's true.
That's true. You don't see any youngins out there. There were no people protesting the Tesla place where I live, but they were protesting like a supermarket with DEI stuff or something. I was like, what the fuck? How do y'all got time to protest?
That's true. And you know what? I'll tell you, this poster was circulating on the Ottawa Reddit and other places. It was Tesla Takedown. And it's a picture of two Cybertrucks, I believe, in the Tiananmen Square style piece with a person standing in front of the Cybertrucks.
Okay, so yeah, that was what I saw, but I didn't
it's crazy, man. It's crazy. They think they're living in a war movie. And how insulting is that to the people who got massacred at Tiananmen Square? All right, man. What's your name, man? And thank you for talking to
Marcus.
me. Marcus, thank you, Marcus, for your common sense and for coming out here. Just
no
maybe you'll have a conversation with someone. Maybe you'll be able to communicate something. And hopefully, if that doesn't work, people.
I ain't gonna front, dog. Where people are protesting, I'd be like, man, I ain't going nowhere near that. And here is Elon Musk talking about him being a Nazi. I'll play it for you guys.
I think
I just want to be clear. Hopefully people realize I'm not a Nazi.
I
just want to be clear. I am not a Nazi.
I think we covered it.
But that's exactly what a Nazi would say. Damn it.
Yeah, that's what an alien would say.
Yeah, there's you can't escape this bullshit.
No, you can't escape it.
So
I don't think any reasonable person believes it. If they believe it, it's because they want to believe it.
No,
it's not.
You know, none of y'all said he was a Nazi. Are y'all scared to say he is, or where we at?
Because it's logical.
I mean, what's relevant about Nazis is like, are you like invading Poland? Okay,
right.
And if you're not, if you're not like invading Poland, maybe you're not.
Yeah,
like you have to be like committing genocide and like starting wars. And if you're not, like, what is actually what is bad about Nazis? It's not it wasn't their fashion sense or their mannerisms.
It was the Holocaust.
It was the war and genocide
yeah.
is what is the bad part.
Yeah.
Not their mannerisms and their dress code.
All right, there you got it from the horse's mouth. I know how we like hearing from the horse's mouth. What's this clip? Oh, someone was being funny. Someone said at the Mercedes. Hold on, let me see if we can zoom in a little bit. At the Mercedes dealership. Getting my car serviced, and there is a husband and wife trading in both their Model 3 and Model Y. They're not happy with what they're being offered. Salesman says the market is flooded right now with these. We can't give these away fast enough. This is the best we can offer. Goddamn. Oops. Hold on. Oops. Sorry. Yeah. You can. If people are in the market for a new car, I do have a Model 3. I do drive a Tesla. I tell people, go check it out. Go get a test drive. You may end up liking it. And you could probably get them for dirt cheap right now. You can get them for dirt cheap right now. It's probably one of the best times to buy. This is not an ad. And I know they run in 0% interest for, obviously well qualified borrowers. But go get a test drive. You never know. And you can get like a used Model 3 for like $16,000 to $20,000 with probably like 50,000 miles on it. So, but what do you guys think of this whole Elon Musk stuff? Is he a Nazi? Did the guy do some justice, curb, and did Marcus help or hurt Elon Musk brand? Let me know in the comments section, and I'll see you next video. Peace.